Hi friends, I'm Clara. Welcome back to Sweet Vintage Home. If you're anything like me, you probably have a special corner in your linen closet, or perhaps an old cedar chest filled with handmade treasures that rarely see the light of day. I'm talking about those delicate lace doilies, the intricate crochet runners, or maybe a tiny hand-stitched fragment that a mother or grandmother spent weeks completing. Often, we keep these pieces tucked away because they feel just a little too precious to use. We worry about a coffee spill, a snag from a pet, or simply the wear and tear of everyday life. But a home truly starts to feel like a home when it's filled with the things we love most. Today, I want to share some gentle, practical ways to bring those too precious crochet pieces out of storage and into your rooms without putting them at risk. We're going to look at how these handmade details can soften a corner, add a layer of history to a small room, and finally get the appreciation they deserve. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, do you have a handmade piece tucked away that you've been afraid to use? Tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear the story behind it. One of the safest ways to enjoy a very delicate or older handmade piece is to take it off the horizontal surfaces entirely. When we place a doily on a coffee table, it's at the mercy of every teacup and book. But when we move those stitches to the wall, they become a focal point that stays clean and untouched. If you have a collection of smaller doilies, perhaps the ones with those beautiful pineapple motifs or raised popcorn stitches, try mounting them in simple wooden embroidery hoops. You don't need glue, just tension the lace gently within the hoop and trim the excess or tuck it behind. I find that grouping 3 or 5 of these on a narrow strip of wall, perhaps in a hallway or a cozy reading nook, adds so much texture without adding clutter. For a larger piece, like a runner that feels too fragile for a dining table, consider using a vintage wooden trouser hanger or a simple quilt clamp. Hanging a vertical crochet piece against a deeper colored wall, like a soft sage green or a muted terracotta, really lets the cream or ivory stitches pop. It transforms a leftover textile into a piece of fine art that honors the person who made it, and it keeps it high above the reach of spills and dust. The bedroom is perhaps the most natural place for nostalgic textiles, but even here, we worry about snagging a quilt or a delicate pillow sham. A wonderful way to use a precious crochet piece is to place it where it provides visual beauty but isn't actually handled. If you have a beautiful crochet-edged flat sheet or a handmade lace runner, try draping it over the top of a wooden headboard or even over a large framed mirror. It softens the hard lines of the furniture and adds that grandmacore charm we love, but it stays out of the activity zone of the bed. Another idea I've used in my own guest room is to sandwich a delicate doily behind the glass of a picture frame, but instead of a photo, use a piece of faded floral fabric or even a page from an old 1940s ledger as the background. This creates a beautiful, protected display for a bedside table. You get to see those tiny, perfect stitches every morning when you wake up, but you never have to worry about knocking over a water glass and ruining a family heirloom. It's about creating a home that feels cared for, where the decor has a heartbeat and a history. Now, the kitchen might seem like the last place for precious textiles, but American cottage kitchens have a long history of using handmade details to warm up cold surfaces like enamel and wood. The trick is to use your crochet pieces in areas that are display only. If you have a small wooden pie safe or a glass-fronted hutch, these are the perfect stages. Instead of laying a runner on the kitchen table where Sunday dinner happens, try lining the edge of a shelf with a narrow crochet trim. You can even use a bit of removable double-sided tape to let a lace edge peek out from under a stack of yellowware, mixing bowls, or a row of ironstone pitchers. I also love the look of a small doily tucked inside a glass cloche, or placed under a clear cake stand that holds a few dried rosebuds or a vintage recipe box. It adds a layer of softness to the workroom of the home. This way, you're not using the piece as a functional pot holder or a dish mat, which would surely lead to stains, but you're letting that handmade soul breathe life into your pantry or dining corner. It reminds us of church bazaars and simpler times, making the morning coffee routine feel just a little more special. In a small living room, we often feel like we have to choose between pretty and practical, but we can have both. If you have a larger crochet blanket or a granny square throw that feels a bit too fragile for the sofa where the grandkids sit, try using it as a furniture scarf. Fold the piece neatly and drape it over the back of a chair that isn't used every day, perhaps a wingback in the corner or a small wooden rocker. By placing it over the back rather than the seat, you avoid the friction that causes pilling and wear. For those very small, special pieces, maybe a set of coasters your mother made, don't feel like you have to use them as coasters. Instead, try placing one inside the lid of a glass-top display table, or even pinning a few to a linen-covered corkboard in your home office. It's a way of collecting your memories without cluttering your surfaces. When we mix these old-fashioned pieces with our current-day lamps and books, it creates a collected, not cluttered look that feels intentional and deeply personal. It tells anyone who enters your home that you value the work of human hands. Bringing these treasures out of the cedar chest isn't just about decorating. It's about finishing the story that someone else started with a hook and a ball of yarn. Whether it's a framed doily in the hallway or a lace trim in the pantry, these small acts of styling keep our family memories alive and make our modern cottages feel much more soulful. I hope these ideas gave you the confidence to go into your linen closet and pull out that one piece you've been saving. It deserves to be seen, and you deserve to enjoy it every day. If you enjoyed these vintage cottage ideas, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit the like button and subscribe to join our little community here at Sweet Vintage Home. We talk about all things handmade, thrifted, and cozy, and I'd love to have you along for the journey. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Until next time, remember to cherish the old, celebrate the handmade, and make your home a place that truly smiles back at you. I'll see you in the next video.